Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So this is going to be part 2 of the guide now. So yesterday in the first video we touched upon briefly giving an overview of the game, and today we'll talk about basically hero progression, what you want to do early in the game. We'll also cover the dungeons, the main dungeons in the game, and how do you go about developing your account. Now, like I said in the first video, and in case you haven't seen that, please do watch that. It will connect to this video a lot better. As I said, this is the main thing that you are following, right? This basically these commissions is what sets your account up and is the path to progression. Now, eventually, a stage comes where, as you can see now, I need to clear this chapter, clear Valorant Echoes, but I'm at level 18, and to do that, I need to get to level 20. So what do we do during this period? Now we currently don't have anything major that we can progress through. Like here, we need to hit level player 22. Even if you go into the modules, I can complete this part, but Nightmare 1 Termonon that I need to cross. That's such a difficult name to pronounce. Termatom. I hope I terrormatom. Okay, let's just call it that. So if I need to progress to nightmare, I need to be level 25. So now that means for the next 2, 3 levels, and basically one energy that you spend is equal to one of this XP. So I'm about 180 energy away from hitting level 19, and then again another 400 odd. So 600 energy we have to spend. So we'll talk about what to do there. We've also done a lot of summons, and this is where now I'll talk about which heroes you want to be building early on. So, firstly, just to cover, we have done a lot of summons already. Like, we are halfway through day two, I would say, not even halfway. We still have a long way to go in day two. But as you can see, we have done 35 pages, no, 36, 38. Okay, that's a lot of summons, man. Even I didn't know we managed to do these many. So we are on page 49. So 48. Each page has five. So about 200 summons in. And what is our roster looking like? And at this point, you may be like, oh man, but when I summon, I'll end up getting someone else. And how do I follow this particular guide? But uh, I'll tell you, early game, it doesn't really matter which heroes you get. Like, sure, I've got some really good champions. Like I've got a Kethos. I've managed to pull a Luvia. So some really good heroes here as well. But early game, SSR heroes are kind of useless. So there are only 3 SSRs that we are going to be building early in the game. And that too, because in this hyperlink charter, and this is one of the new player experiences that they changed, these 3 heroes you get, everyone in the game gets it. If once you complete all the tasks, you also get all the lattices to upgrade their skills. Now, why is this important? Because any SSR hero, unless they level up their skills, aren't really going to be useful or helpful. Like SRs are better probably at that point of time until you don't kind of empower them in a way by leveling up their skills. But this is where the catch comes in. You get about, I think, free to play about 9 to 10 of these lattices in the normal run. So you will be able to level up about maybe one hero a month. So that's where the resources come in very important. So that's why in the yesterday's video also I covered that these perfect lattices are the most important component in the game other than the imprint, and that is way down the line. We will cover that as well at a later time, but for now you want to be making sure you don't use a single lattice. You only use the lattice that you get from here, because these lattice that you pick up, these are exclusive lattice, so this can only be used on a clause, for example. So we'll max out only these 3 SSR heroes. We won't look to currently invest in any of the other SSR heroes we pull. So they'll pretty much be sitting on the bench. So what I'm going to be talking about today in terms of hero progressions is which SRs you want to focus on early on. Because one key component, now these SR heroes, For them to level up, you basically need these evolution ladders, and these are much easier to get. So first and foremost, the moment you get Valorant, you want to build her up. Why is Valorant so important? Because most of your dungeons basically, whether it's Teramatom or it's Doki Doki, you're going to be spending 80% of your gear farming here. Aurora comes in way later. So early on, Doki Doki is which will give you speed gear. And as any turn based game, if you've played before, speed is the most important component. So she'll fit into our Doki Doki and she fits in right up until the latest stages. Like even in Inferno level, Valorant comes in handy. Termatom as well, you can use her right up to Inferno. So she's one hero that you can double dip on. So she takes care of two very important dungeons, gear dungeons, and she is also useful for the shell farming. So the reason for this is once you max out this skill, basically anyone in your hero cannot be killed, right? When the moment they go to zero health, they bounce back. And and she also has an invincibility on her S2. And later on, we will also, I don't think we see that yet. Yeah, we're not there yet. So I'm not going to talk about it. But she's a very useful support hero. So she's kind of, I wouldn't really call her a hero, but she makes her team survivable. And that Teramatom boss hits really hard. So she comes in very handy there. You want to build up Dinah. Now, the reason for Dinah again, so any of these dungeons, one very important thing to know. So we'll just quickly actually go in here and I'll show you. I'll also talk about energy usage. But I think mainly I'll cover the hero building part here. And do another video probably on energy spending in the early game. So this is what so in Teramatom, since it's green base, right? And he hits really hard. You can't have any blue hero. You cannot. The moment you put them up, they're going to get wiped out. Your light and dark heroes are neutral. So Valorant is light hero. So that's why she does not get affected by affinity. She has a neutral affinity. I'm trying to use as many green heroes here because they work in Doki Doki as well. So, and red is the advantage. So Lian, that's one of the SSRs that we will get free lattices for, and we'll be able to build her up. So she kind of comes in handy. So we'll just quickly take a look at how this team functions. So Klaus, now one very important part. Okay, I can't really pause it. So one of the things, so she does a couple of things, Klaus. One, she puts her defense on. So this is a 60% defense down. That is absolutely critical. Like you want to kill this boss as fast as you can. It's not a boss that you can survive long against. So that decreased defense comes in very handy. She also has this unique hacking process. So this increases the damage taken by boss by 5% and decreases damage dealt by 10%. So you hit for more and you take less of a hit. So this is a pretty cool, unique skill that she has. So she comes in very handy in this particular dungeon as well. And we'll use her in Doki Doki as well. So you can double dip there. Dinah, since she's red affinity, she will also be useful in a lot of other PvE components, stuff that we do, because there the boss died. And this is purely because of Klaus and Dinah, because they increase your ability to hit the opponent, and such kind of supports are very important. And she again is a SR hero, so easy to build. She puts out a number of debuffs. So again, she has the decreased defense. She also puts out vulnerable, which increases damage that you deal, and has puts out erosion as well. So a really cool overall kit and very good in Termatom. Again, she's someone that we'll use up right up to infinite to Inferno level. Another guy we are building now, Gray. So priority wise, I would say Valorant is first. The SR that you want to focus on. Then you build up Diana. Gray is a good damage dealer, but not the best damage dealer. So currently we are using him in Doki Doki, but that will change. Because I don't. He'll make the runs too long. You can use him up to Inferno, but he doesn't really do that greater damage. So it's better to look for another damage dealer there. Third priority would be Kaizu the Reverie. So she is, and since the game has come out, been one of the most essential heroes for Doki Doki. So again, she puts out a slumber and she reduces attack by 40%. Why this is important is because Doki Doki, uh, basically, if I could show you here, so they get a basically a mark which increases attack by 100% up to 10. So basically the Doki Doki, she can hit for 1000% of her attack. So if you are able to reduce 40% of that, you get hit for only 6000. So that is a very, very big difference maker in fights. So that's why I always recommend building this hero up. And the slumber also comes in handy, although it's a little unreliable, because slumber, how it works is that the moment you hit the hero, then the slumber comes off. So not very reliable as a control debuff, but this attack down is really good. And another cool thing about the Doki Doki, how the dungeon works, is if you don't have a debuff on the opponent, then they don't take damage. Like it's some 80-90% damage reduction. And if you go in here and see also, mostly you will see her as one of the heroes that people use. And we want to try to use as many SR heroes as we can for the PvE, because any investment that you have to do in a SSR hero to clear a dungeon is a loss of lattice, because at the end of the day, you want to use those lattice for PvP heroes. Like I would want to invest in a Ketos, right? Or a Luvia. Those are like good heroes for PvP. And I do want to have those lattices saved up for them so that later on my progression of the accounts gets easier. Another thing I'll talk about is that in terms of the dungeons, now there'll be times where you get stuck, right? Like I'm able to clear hard 3, but even if Nightmare 1 was unlocked here, it would wipe me out. And there's a simple reason for that. Now, we've cleared hard 3, right? And as you can see, basically you're getting yellow gear from it. Until I am not able to transition my heroes. Like she's already on yellow, but as you can see, this is all blue gear, blue gear. So you do want to transition your heroes to yellow. That makes that run a lot easier. You do want to spend a lot of time in your shell farming, because these shells like come in really handy. The stats that they add, and especially with the speed component, so that becomes very handy. So like right now, it's kind of like downtime for me, right? I need to hit level 20 on the account. So what I'll spend a lot of time doing is, like, recently I've cleared Kururu. So I'll just continuously battle this. Spend as much time as you spend in the shell bosses. I think it's worth it. It's best use of energy. And the moment you're able to progress, so one thing that changes. So when I started this account, my first account a year ago, at that time we used to not have this particular feature. Let me just show you. So if you see, there's a 2x sign here, right? So you get a basically you can uh, get 2x of gear that you would normally get. So that makes this very tempting. But do understand one thing: any gear below Hell 4 that you farm, you will not really end up using. So all of this, right from hard to nightmare to progressing to Hell 4, whatever gear you're getting, is to just build up to get to this difficulty. Eventually, this is all that you're going to be farming. All of the earlier gear is going to get thrown away. Now I'll talk a little bit about gearing on the heroes, and then I think we'll end the video because this has already gone pretty long. So in terms of modules, early on, you want to look for onslaught. And on the right side, so early game, you don't really go for crit damage. The reason for that is if you see this yellow gear, it's giving me like 26% crit rate. Now, eventually, when I get it to red gear, I'll end up getting, I think, about 50%. So, typically, your crit rate, you would end up getting as close to 100 as possible. And you can hit 100 on red gear. But as you can see, it's floating around 47%. So, the crit is not very reliable. So, building up crit damage without crit rate doesn't make sense. So it's better to invest in crit rate and attack on the right side modules. That's the main stat you're looking for. On the left side, I wouldn't really try to fine tune and look for too much of substats, but if it's a damage dealer, just look for crit rate. If you can get any kind of crit rate, it's good. Then coming to your debuffer, so Claws will be your debuffer, right? You want to basically get effect accuracy on the right side. So I'll show you. So like although this is not a good piece of gear for her, but early on you won't have that many effect accuracy pieces. But you do want to run all three on effect accuracy, especially in case of heroes that you want debuffing, right? So it's extremely important that you do that because if they don't land their debuff, they're useless anyways. And trust me, that HP or defense is not really going to come in handy. So other than the effect accuracy, you're just looking for speed, right? Any substat of speed, like I have none on this hero. Like I have two pieces of gear with a little bit of speed, but that's okay. Try to make set combos, try to get swift rush. So like for example, my healer, because it's a lot easier to get HP gear. So I've done swift rush kind of with wellspring, trying to get the HP up. So speed is not that important for the healer as it is for the debuffer. So keep that in mind. Valerian is the only healer that you want to build as low as possible. So that's something unique about her. But yeah, so now I'm going to try to transition everyone into this yellow gear. So what this tells me is I need to farm some Doki Doki, right? And get them up to that level. Why gray? The reason why gray is so good earlier on is because first he'll S2, which gives him an increased crit rate, and then he goes into his S3. So he gets 2 turns for 1 turn. And a 30% crit means basically right now he's rocking at 100%. So he's the only hero in the game other than Rosa that you can get up to 100% crit rate pretty early on. So yeah, that's pretty much about gear early on. So wherever you're getting stuck is when you want to increase this gear level. Like don't level max out this gear, avoid it as much as possible, at least until you don't get into maybe like a what do you call it? At least until you don't get into nightmare. Like even this you should avoid maxing. Like you want to max red gear. But this gear probably you will have to max because the moment you go from nightmare to hell, it's a big difficulty jump. So till nightmare 3, it's not that difficult. And that's why probably I think I should be hitting nightmare in maybe a couple of days. So that's probably I'll do a team building session there, right from failing runs to getting cleared runs to show exactly how the difference happens. And now we'll end this video with a few summons. So I have managed to save up about 30. So I'm not pulling on any other banner other than the permanent banner right now. We'll look at other banners only after 1 weekends. Once we have an idea of which heroes we've gotten. Yeah, and one last thing I wanted to cover as well. So you do get a selector, right? Oh, wait, now we got a SSR. Yay. Come on, give me someone good. Although I'm not really going to build them. Marvel. Who did we get? Santney. She's all right. She's fallen off a bit, but she's okay. She's okay. One more for the collection. So, yeah. One last thing I wanted to talk about is you do get the selector, right, on day 2, and you can pick from these 7 heroes. Now, I would strongly suggest that you hang on to it. Don't use it. See what you're getting in the first 14 days, and only after that use the selector. But in case you are in a rush and you're not able to stop yourself from doing it, uh, if you're looking to make your life easy in PvE, you can just go ahead and pull a Lily. She is the best PvE support in the game. Uh, if you're looking from a PvE plus PvEP perspective, I would strongly suggest Messiah or Doki Doki. And if you're looking for like pure damage, like Lilium is the best single target damage dealer in the game till now. She absolutely smacks. Sanya, never pull her, stay away from her, at least for now. Heinrich used to be good, but he's kind of fallen off. So you don't want to be pulling him. Mio is the same. Mio is not used that much in PvP, and she's not that reliable for that you use her for PvE. So, according to me, your number 1 pick would be Lily. Number 2 pick would be a close fight between Messiah and Doki Doki. And your next pick should be Lilium. The rest, I would not suggest summoning. And in case like you've gotten all the other, then just go for a Mio, followed by a Heinrich, and your last choice would be Shadow Sun. So, yeah, that would be my tips for the selector as well. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I've already rambled on for way too long. Please do like and subscribe to the channel. It helps motivate me to keep making content on the game. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Thank you.